So you clicked on this video because you want to learn a little bit more about roofing underlayment. In this video, I'm going to tell you why it might be a good idea to have it underneath the shingles on your roof, and also just the basic types of roofing underlayment that you may come across, whether you're a homeowner or a roofing contractor. So why listen to me? Well, my name is Blenkinsopp. I'm a U.S. military veteran, and I'm also a licensed general contractor and roofing contractor in over 9 states. We've done projects all the way from Billy up the street, all the way through the U.S. government. I just want to make sure that you know that you're getting good information from a real licensed bonded contractor. Okay, so what is underlayment? So this is a basic understanding of the video. Guys, if you have more questions, please go to our website. We do have more information on there. So in terms of this video, we're just gonna go over the basics. What is underlayment? Why do you need it on your roof? And then I'm gonna show you a couple of different types that is very common to see here in the US. So first off, what is underlayment? Well, underlayment is the barrier that goes in between your shingle and your decking of your roof. So if you're a homeowner, just imagine looking right over the top, right up through your ceiling. So you have your ceiling, you have your rafters, and then you have the decking or the sheathing of your roof. And then you should have an underlayment, whether you have a metal roof or an asphalt shingle roof. And then you have the shingles or the metal panels themselves. That's the typical layout. Now, I'm gonna tell you in a minute why it's important to have it on there, but that's the basic composition of most roofing systems that we have today. The reason that you want to have a type of underlayment underneath your roofing system is for a few reasons. First off, it adds an extra barrier of protection just in case your shingles get blown off in a storm. Particularly the synthetic that we're going to talk about is going to provide at least a watertight barrier for a little bit, just in case you do lose your roofing system, or if you even have maybe a section of shingles that have been blown off or have been damaged during a storm. It's great to have underlayment just to help kind of, it's not a permanent solution, but it will help water stay out of the inside of your house, which is the ultimate goal of your roof anyway. Most general contractors books and roofing books will tell you any sloped roofing above a 412 pitch, which if you don't know what a 412 pitch is, make sure that you watch our video on how to get a pitch of your roof. But most residential buildings in the US are going to be at least a 412 pitch or above. And we call that steep slope roofing. So anything above normally a 612 pitch, most roofing guides will tell you you don't have to have any type of underlayment. Well, most roofing contractors, including myself, will always put down some type of underlayment. First off, it's relatively inexpensive to add to the roof, and two, it does provide you an extra layer of protection if your shingles are blown off. Now, there are a lot of different underlayments out there. There's different manufacturers, there's different types. We're gonna go over just the 2 most popular and the 2 most common you're going to see in the field. The first one that I'm going to talk about is what we call the old tar paper or felt paper. Now this has been used forever. You know, we've used this stuff. It's went under slate roofs, went under cedar shakes, it's went under asphalt shingle, metal roofing. We've used this for a long time. And the added benefits of it is, well, it's lasted a long time and it's fairly inexpensive. However, there are some downsides to this. One other positive thing about this also is it does breathe. Tar paper breathes really well versus what we're going to get into next is your synthetics. More your lower end synthetics don't breathe like your typical tar paper would. But it comes in two different types most of the time. Again, these are the most common. You're going to have 15 and 30 pound. If you're a DIYer, you definitely want to find out a little bit more about the best type of felt to put down on your roof. But again, this stuff's been used for a long time. Now, some of the negative sides of it is it's very heavy. This only covers about 4.5 squares or 450 square feet per roll. And this is kind of difficult to work with. Anyone who's been doing this for quite some time, particularly your roofers out there, once this is put down, you actually have to be really careful walking on it because it can tear. It also holds water. And over time, when you're doing these tear-offs on these roofs of 20 years, you'll see this stuff just gets destroyed over time. But at the same time, it works, it's cheap, it's widely available, and you know, if you're not wanting to put on a really high-end system or you have a really high-pitched roof, this is definitely a good option to use. But now, most of the roofing contractors today, we use synthetics. Again, it depends on the type of roofing system that you're putting down. There's nothing wrong with using this. You just want to make sure whatever type of roofing material that you're putting down as your base, whether it be shingles, metal, whatever, make sure that you're using the type of underlayment they recommend. So the synthetics are great because they come in, first off, it's 10 squares per roll, or roughly about 1,000 square feet per roll. So these things are about, you know, a little bit more than double of what you're going to get out of this in terms of square footage. They're also a lot easier to carry up on the roof. Then once you install these, they're not going to tear. And I'm going to show you just in a second how strong these actually are. You know, some of the negative things about synthetic though is it doesn't breathe very well. So if you're in an area where you're going to have a lot of heat coming up through your roof, if it's not vented really well, a lot of times this is cause heat to trap and possibly rot your decking a little bit quicker. If you have a properly ventilated roof with soffits that aren't blocked and you have a good ridge vent that's proper for your roof, this is a great option. Also, one of the added benefits of synthetic over just regular tar paper is if your shingles are blown off, this is going to provide a much better level of security and water tightness on your roof. Now, this isn't two different underlayments altogether. This is just two different manufacturers. This is Rhino and this is GAF Felt Buster. I just have these up as an example of what to look for. But again, you can't really go wrong. Now, you can spend a lot of money on underlayment, but it's only going to be on a certain type of roofing systems. Like for instance, if you wanted to install a Class A fire rating, you need to get an underlayment that will have a Class A fire rating. For instance, Rhino roofing underlayment, this U20 that we have here is certified as a Class A fire rating. So that's something you want to check. Also check on your local building codes if you're a DIYer wanting to do your roof. Make sure you're checking with them as well on what kind of felt that you're supposed to be using. And the last thing I'm going to show you, and the reason that we like synthetic so much, so I literally just pulled this off this 15-pound tar paper here. Look how easily this tears. So as you can see, if it's just laid down flat, nobody's on top of it, and you just see your shingles, well, it's fine. But during the installation processes, this can get torn a lot just during the installation of your roof. And this is literally probably one of the cheapest synthetics that you can buy. I just want to show you how strong it actually is. This is called Grip Ride. It's about $40 a roll. And as you can see, need to pull that hard just to tear off a little piece of this. So, and again, this is one of the cheapest synthetic underlayments on the market. So as you can see, it's just a lot stronger. It's basically like having a tarp on top of your roof. Well, I hope this video was very helpful, and I hope I answered your basic questions that you have about the different types of underlayments that you're going to find. If you have any further questions, please get on our website at digitalroofingcompany.com. I've got the link down in the description. Remember, at Digital Roofing Innovations, we believe in a modern approach with traditional values. Have a great day.